Hello out there in Bassland. It's Jeff from Jeffrey-Thomas.com. I'm going to go ahead and preview up my bass tab for What's the Use by Mac Miller. And this is featuring the bass work by Thundercat, who is a badass bass player. So anyway, let's jump in with the main lick. I'll take it nice and slow and then we'll go in through some details. So ready, go. So that's basically the main line is those four measures. There's some really cool stuff that he does with some modal improvisation in the beginning. I didn't catch that. We just focused on the main line. That's what most of my students want. And let me go in and talk about the counting on that with the metronome on. I'm going to run this at 82 for you so you can get a perspective on the syncopation, and then we'll come back in and talk about some of that counting. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so really hip line, and what's happening with the tune for this majority of the section during the verses is it's going back and forth from C sharp minor 7 to F sharp minor 7. So if you look up in the chord diagrams, I put a C sharp minor 7 chord voicing and an F sharp minor 7 chord voicing. So that'll take you up here to the 16th fret, and the fingering in the left hand is going to be 3, 1, 4, right? Okay, and then in your right hand, you're just going to pop that with your thumb, first finger, and your middle finger, or P-I-M, and then you're just going to go, okay, there's your C sharp minor 7, and then drag the same chord voicing back to the 9th fret for F sharp minor 7. So if you wanted to kind of comp the chords here, you could go okay, and I'm breaking the chords up some. My thumb is just on the 3rd string there, and then I'm popping the other 2. But long story short, it's 2 measures of C sharp minor 7 and 2 measures of F sharp minor 7, just back and forth, and really great bass playing and keyboard playing. The keyboard player, everybody on the track is just smoking. I really love this tune, and it's such a shame that Mac's no longer with us. So before we get to the pentatonic patterns up, which are, if I didn't point out, if you haven't gone to my website, make sure you have, because everything is in the chord diagrams and then down here in the tablature with all the rhythm and fingerings. So there's a fill off this NPR Tiny Desk series, concert series, and I'm going to go ahead and run that for you right now. So it starts out the same, but the second measure, he just goes off on this really nice pentatonic fill. So if we take that line, the last line that's written, it's okay, and then the fill is, let me get this right. Okay, so let me go that again. Now, he's on a 6-string bass. Thundercat is on a 6-string bass for, I don't know if they did for the original recording, probably was, but on the NPR concert, he is on a 6-string, so he drops way lower on that fill, but I just ended the fill like in a way that would get you right back to the F sharp. You know, you climb up here to the F sharp and you're back. So let me go ahead and run those two lines again for you. Ready, go. It's pretty smoking. And that section right there, all of this, for the most part, okay, this is very much out of the pentatonics. This note here, the 8th fret, is not. But all my students are really starting to learn how valuable the pentatonic patterns are. Not just one pattern, not just the regular pattern that everybody knows, which is, right? But all 5 patterns for guitar and bass and ukulele, to be able to walk through all 5 for technique and then for improvisation, for bass lines. Super important to know all 5 patterns. So anyway, here they are. Let's go ahead and go up to the chord diagrams and we'll walk through the C sharp minor pentatonic. So we're going to start here at the 4th fret. Here at the 2nd fret. And the first complete pattern is going to be 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4. And then when you get to the top note, you're going to turn right back around and come down. Okay, now we move up to the 4th fret for the next pattern, which is, I'll call out fingering numbers. 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3. Okay, moving up to the 7th fret. Fingering numbers are 2 4 2 4 1 4 1 4. And come back down. And then the 9th fret pattern is 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3. Come back down. Okay, then the last pattern, the 5th pattern in this case, is going to be at the 12th fret. Ready, go. 2 4 1 4 1 4 1 3. And come back down. All right. So that is the majority of the tune. This is the basic nuts and bolts of it. It's very, very syncopated. I did not burn up lesson time talking about the counting because I think a lot of people are just like, whatever. If you're serious about the counting, all the 16th note subdivisions, there are a couple lessons on my website that you want to check out. Number 1 is 16th note subdivisions for sure. And then the other one that I would look at for technique is the scale practice routine or the pentatonics that I have for, I think, G major and E minor. Anyway, what you want to start to do is get a routine of practice items, if you will. Make sure that you're playing scales to the metronome. Make sure that you're learning all 5 patterns of your pentatonic. Make sure you're learning how to count. Like, I don't want to even go into the counting on this because it's just totally syncopated, and I don't want to bore people. But that's what all my students are working with me on. Every beat, every measure, getting the counting right, or what's the point? What's the use? So anyway, hopefully that was a good walkthrough on the tune, and if there's any questions, go ahead and hit me through my website, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.